A price ceiling is the maximum amount someone can charge. A seller can charge. That's a price ceiling, correct? So let's see how price ceilings start playing out into this entire context. So we have the curve, price and quantity. This is the demand curve. This is the supply curve. And this is the equilibrium point. Fine. So P star and Q star are equilibrium quantities. Let's assume that the government now comes and puts a price ceiling that a seller cannot charge beyond a certain price. So just for example, oil marketing companies in India, sellers cannot charge more than a certain price of LPG cylinders. LPG cylinder price is subsidized and fixed. Kerosene price is subsidized and fixed. So if you put a price ceiling there, you cannot charge more than a price PC, which is the price ceiling. Correct? Obviously, at this price, the demand is much higher. The demand is somewhere here, but the supply is here. While the buyers at the lower price are willing to buy this quantity, the suppliers are willing to supply only this quantity. So that creates a dichotomy, and we will try and understand what that does to the overall scenario. Correct? So let's see what happens because of this entire scene. Let's name this small area as A, this triangle as B, then you have C, D and E. When you begin, A plus B plus C plus D plus E is the entire surplus. A plus B is the consumer surplus. So what part is the consumer surplus? This part is the consumer surplus. What part is the producer surplus? I'll color that in another color. So this entire part as we begin is the producer surplus. Correct? So A plus B is consumer surplus, C, D and E is producer surplus. Let me delete this so that it's readable. Fine. Let's go ahead and now see what happens after the price ceiling is introduced. Now once the price ceiling is introduced, this is the consumer surplus, C plus D plus E is the producer surplus. Once you introduce the price ceiling, things start changing. Q triple star is the quantity that buyers would like to purchase. Correct? On the contrary, Q double star is the quantity that the sellers are willing to offer. So there is going to be a distribution pattern here which will create an issue. So let's try and understand what happens here once we look at these. Now the consumer surplus portion of B and C. So what effectively ends up happening is that the trade happens here. The rest of it is never given because sellers will only give quantity Q double star and hence buyers will have to stay with this quantity. If buyers will have to stay with this quantity and P is the PC is the price at which goods are being bought, you will note something interesting happening. Since this is the portion where trade is happening, this part is now producer surplus. Only this part. Whereas the consumer surplus is this part. Note that area B and C has now been lost because of lesser quantity produced. There is lesser quantity that is produced. This is known as dead weight loss. So if an economy tries to control pricing by putting price ceilings, effectively sellers will resort to lesser production to this extent, which will result in a dead weight loss equal to area B plus C for the economy. Not only this, there will be a flow from producer surplus. So this area D was in producer surplus earlier. Now this has gone from producer surplus to consumer surplus. So consumer surplus, which was only A, is now A plus D. So D is the benefit that has gone because of the price ceiling from the producer to the consumer, which is logical. If you put a price ceiling on some good, the seller will experience a problem, the buyer will experience a benefit. This benefit is equivalent to this area D. Correct? So usually you will see that price ceilings will not really have a beneficial impact on the society in general. Correct? Let's understand the other concept around this. Let's assume there's something called a price floor now. So we could have something like a price floor. What is a price floor? Minimum amount that a buyer has to pay to someone. So for example, sugarcane in India, farmers get a price floor. Autos and taxis in India, there is a minimum price that you're supposed to pay. So minimum purchase price is defined here. That's a price floor. How does a price floor work? Let's understand. So we again have the axis, we have the demand curve, we have the supply curve, and we have the equilibrium point. This much is same as the earlier cases. P star, Q star. Now let's assume this is the price which comes in as a floor. Correct? Once again, you will note that the producer surplus and consumer surplus are areas given by the curve as we had discussed earlier. The triangles denoted by point P star and Q star respectively. Now the government comes in and says the minimum price that someone has to pay to avail this service is PF, which is the price floor. At this price, this quantity is what the suppliers are willing to sell, but this is the quantity which buyers are willing to buy. So effectively, there will be a reduction in trade once again to this extent. Buyers will only buy this much. So let's name the areas once again, A, B, C, D, and E. Once again, at the beginning of the problem, A plus B plus E, these 3 points is the consumer surplus. D plus C, C plus D is essentially the producer surplus. Now let's see what happens. This is the consumer surplus. This is the producer surplus. Let's see what happens. Now buyers would like to purchase less, which is Q star star. Sellers would however like to offer more, which is Q triple star. But since buyers are only willing to buy till Q double star, that's where the equilibrium price would get established. Correct? So effectively, the shaded area, the red shaded area, which is B plus C areas, is once again the deadweight loss. And once again, you will note that now the consumer surplus is only this area, which means earlier, while area E was under consumer surplus, now this has gone to producer surplus because this entire area now falls under the producer's area. The producers benefit from this entire set. Having said that, the total benefit to the society has gone down to the extent of this deadweight loss, which is equal to the area B plus C. Once again, there is deadweight loss because buyers will now be willing to buy less